It has been a long, awful, terrible road. But we finally got here. Zeb Wells' final issue of Amazing Spider-Man. We finally reached the end of the nightmare before yet another nightmare begins. And all I can say is that this comic ends as badly as the whole thing began. All you get from it is that Peter Parker loses once again. He doesn't accomplish anything. He's still much of a loser, and it just drags on like that. Let's dive into this without any further ado. So it literally starts off in court, right? Tombstone is on trial. Because of what happened, apparently he had a big fight with Spider-Man that resulted in nothing. And surprise, surprise, Tombstone gets off. Right? Peter Parker is there along with She-Hulk and all of this stuff. And the thing about it is that they don't have any evidence, they don't have any this, they can't do that, and all of this and the other. So he just gets off. So everything Spider-Man did and went through is just once again shown to be an absolute waste of time. That's it. Case is dismissed and everything is just absolutely ridiculous. And then you have She-Hulk there telling that, I told you that the judge was tough. She's telling Peter Parker that and stuff, and he but tough. He's letting Tombstone walk because Spider-Man wouldn't let him murder our witness and all of this nonsense and all of this crap. The art even doesn't even look all that great, to be honest with you. And then Tombstone comes and literally tells Peter Parker to give a message to Spider-Man. And the message is that, he got to the judge, paid him off, and that he's basically won. Because that's just the way the whole world works. That's what he's telling him. And that's it, because that's the whole end of this whole big thing that's set up with Tombstone. People said at the beginning, the stuff with Tombstone is actually pretty interesting. And I know it was going to be crap, and this is what it turned out to be. So after all that struggle he went through with Tombstone, in the end, Tombstone gets off scot-free, and Spider-Man adds yet another notch to his loser belt. That's it. That's just the way the whole thing turns out. Then you have Peter Parker go to see Aunt May, who I don't think Aunt May has shown up in like over a year now, probably. Yeah, like over a year now or something. I don't think Aunt May had showed up. And last time I think we saw her, she was mad at Peter as well, because everybody was mad at him and we don't know why, but that's just the way it is. And the whole thing about this is now that apparently Aunt May still doesn't know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, which is something I thought they already did and she knew and she had accepted it, but I don't know, they keep trying to want to go back to something that just doesn't work, and they just want to keep regressing Peter to I don't know. What is he supposed to turn to be 60 years old and still Aunt May will be alive for some unknown reason and she still wouldn't know? Come on now, man. It just doesn't make sense. Really doesn't make sense. And then, of course, Sandman shows up. Peter gets everybody, including Aunt May, inside. He turns into Spider-Man and goes out there to fight Sandman. They do a little back and forth, and then the other. Peter has some thing that he's going to use to destabilize Sandman, because Sandman catches him, can't get it done. And then Aunt May is just there. Like, she's just there holding the device. Are you looking for this? Like, how is it that this frail old woman is there while police are running out? Whatever. So he tries to move her inside because, doesn't want her to get injured or anything like that. He ends up using the device, which breaks down Sandman. So he's thinking, and Aunt May is like, did I just help you kill someone? And he's what? No, the sound waves oscillate at a frequency that prevents Sandman from forming. He's pretty much immortal at this point, anyways. Yeah. Then she goes and tells him how, Spider-Man is just ruining Peter Parker's life. Have you seen his face? This business with Tombstone almost killed him. Which is just the latest in a long line of close calls he's endured as a result of helping you. Peter's got a good heart. Aren't you worried you're going to get him killed? Then he's about, yeah, of course I am. Then leave him alone, please. He can't keep running off to find you at the first sign of danger. And I'm like, don't you think it's about time? They keep want to go back. This whole thing with Aunt May not knowing Peter Parker was Spider-Man worked when it is he was in his teens. It worked when he was with Mary Jane because she could still kind of, cover for him or something like that. Okay. But she was supposed to already know he's Spider-Man by now. But they've retconned these things so badly by now it doesn't make any kind of sense. And this is just what it is. So she pretty much dresses him down and then she just basically tells him, you know what, please, I'm begging you, leave Peter Parker alone. And then he goes and tells her, listen, Peter works with me because he wants to help. He needs to help all that stuff and thing, and that that's what he does. And she just tells him, yeah, he wouldn't be Peter Parker if he didn't do it. And that's the whole big thing. Because the last time we saw Aunt May, she also hated Peter Parker for some reason. We don't know why. And now we're back to the whole, oh, she doesn't know that he's Peter, she just doesn't know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, all this nonsense. I think nothing plays out here to make you interested in anything at all. Honestly, nothing plays out here to make you interested in anything at all. Tombstone got off scot-free. Waste a time fight with Sandman that just resulted in Aunt May telling Spider-Man to leave Peter Parker and it is wrong. Tell her, oh, Peter wants to help. And I mean, like, what is Peter's job anyway? Does he even have a job anymore? If he was still working at the Daily Bugle and he needed to get pictures or something like that, that could work. But what is his job anymore? You just never get anything out of that. Then you go there to Tombstone again, and apparently one of his people, Rabbit, is leaving him because people are supposed to care. I really don't. That's what's going on. We get back to Peter Parker and Aunt May talking there, and she telling him, he to do something because this is what's going on, but I don't really know. They're just talking and talking and talking, and nothing is going on. She talks about how he's seeing Shay and all of this nonsense, and they try to make it seem like, oh, everybody loves Shay now. Oh, Anna is talking about her because apparently we're all supposed to just pretend like Mary Jane and Paul, who everybody hates Paul. Is somehow the best thing since sliced bread. And that's the end of it. That's the end of it. But it doesn't end there because we do have some follow-up nonsense here. Some things that they do with Spider-Man takes a wreck rap to some vet. And I don't even know what the hell this thing is supposed to be. This wreck rap thing is just so bloody, annoying, and stupid. I don't even care. They never should have created this character to begin with, but they did, and that's it. Flying around on some glider with tongue out, kind of nonsense. I don't know. Then they get this next part now with literally Spider-Man teaming up with Jackpot because somebody's supposed to give a shit about this character for some reason. I don't know. You understand me? Creating all kind of nonsense. This villain who uses colors and all this crap, and then you have Mary Jane just literally could dial up any power that she wants to do any and everything. That's it. Then they go and they meet with J. Jonah Jameson for some reason. Then they realize that they're late for some double date with the two people who nobody cares about. And then they go and change in an alleyway and all of this nonsense. I'm thinking about old double date with your ex and all kind of thing. And then they're running off to the restaurant and all kind of thing. And she's telling him about, oh, thank you so much for coming to save me that time and all of this crap. And then they run in there and there's Paul and Shay and all of this crap. Like, I'm telling you, there is more, but at this point, I just don't care anymore. That's pretty much the end of it. Zeb Wells' run has come to an end and everybody's just happy he's gone. This is a horrible book. Absolutely horrible. Spider-Man fails at everything once again, does nothing of any kind of importance. Life is ruined. Tombstone got away with it. The whole thing with Aunt May does seem really ridiculous and nobody cares about it. Try to throw in something. You see Mary Jane becoming jackpot. It's just absolute and utterly stupid. But that's it. It's officially over now. That's the whole thing on it. I'm going to have to do a follow-up video with a wrap-up as to whether or not this has really been the worst run as Spider-Man in sort of a long. We're going to point out all the things that were wrong with it, but this is just terrible, people. That's the only way to put it. This is just terrible. Thank God Zeb Wells' run on this is over, but this was just another example of why it never should have begun to start with. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.